I'm so excited as always. Today we're going to talk about how to create and maintain a state of feeling wonderful. How would you like to feel wonderful every single day, right? I'm not saying we won't have moments that we may feel something else, but I will tell you it is possible to feel wonderful every single day. So what I like to challenge you all is to take these 3 tips and implement them into your daily life, because as you create this state of feeling wonderful, you're going to be able to manifest what you want. Oh, thank you, Joni. And so the first tip, and here's what happens. People think that when they get into, it's like the people, let me just give you a scenario. You're on a diet and then you eat something that's not in your diet plan. You're like, oh, what the heck? I'll just eat whatever I want today. And you throw the diet out the window and you say, I'll reset tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and maybe you reset, or I'll wait till Monday and then I'll reset, How many of you have done that? You're on a diet and you just say, oh, I'll put it off till Monday. I'll start over again Monday. Or, it's August. I'll just wait till September when we get back into the fall schedule to get recommitted, right? So here's what I want to say is that you can recommit to feeling wonderful every time you don't feel wonderful, right? So a lot of times people think, they say, oh my gosh, I'm having such a rough day. I'm having a rough week. Or they're complaining about everything that's going wrong in their day. And so I want to challenge you to remember that things are just moments. They're not days. They're not weeks. They're not months. You can make a decision in the moment that can change your life moving forward. Or you can make a decision in the moment that can change your life and bring you backwards. So we are all human, yes? I'm gonna guess yes in this one. I'm gonna assume yes. And so what happens is we do have days where we don't feel great, or moments. I want to say we do have things that something's just off and we don't know what it is. But you can still use the tools that I'm going to be sharing in just a few minutes to take you to a state of feeling wonderful. And maybe it's not like wonderful, like, oh my God, I'm so excited about life. Right? That's like a really high energetic state, right? Maybe it's a state from feeling like crap to feeling okay, or a state of feeling like okay to feeling good, or a state from feeling good to feeling awesome or amazing or magnificent, right? Maybe we just want to climb up that ladder of vibrational feelings and become in a state of feeling wonderful and appreciation and gratitude. So let me share your 3 tips so that you can start implementing them today. The first tip is see the good in everything that happens. See the good that everything that happens or that you have to do or you are committed to. Like give you an example. Today, I work at a drug and alcohol rehab facility. I go there and I do group work there, teaching spirituality and energy healing. And I was driving there and I wasn't feeling like I wanted to go. Like it was a beautiful day out. I was out all day and I had to get dressed to go there. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to remind myself what I love about this place. What is the good? What do I love about going there? What is it that what makes me drive and stay committed to working at this facility? And I was able to shift my state of being like that, focusing on what I liked about it. So if you're having a moment where life isn't feeling great, put it in the comments if you ever had a moment where life just wasn't feeling great. I should see everybody putting ones in those comments, right? And so I dare you to start seeing the good. If we look at just COVID, right? If we talk just about COVID, and there's been so many ups and downs through this process for everybody, but I venture to say there is good in every part of this process if you choose to look for good. So that's the first tip. Choose to look for good in every part of the process. Next is we want to release endorphins. So moving your body. I don't care what you do to move your body, but moving your body actually creates you to release endorphins. That's why exercise is so powerful. So finding a way to move your body that you enjoy. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's Tai Chi, maybe it's walking or running or cycling or a fitness class or whatever it is. Move your body, which helps you to release endorphins. And when you release endorphins, you're feeling happier, right? Remember we talked on, I think it was Monday, about the 3 areas. One was your physiology, one was communication, one was focus. So here's what I'm sharing with you is to move your body to feel amazing. Help your body, help your mental state by taking care of your physical being. So movement is your second tip. Third tip is to find something within yourself or your surroundings to feel gratitude. And I don't want you to just say, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, I'm thankful for this. Or like, I remember when I first watched The Secret, put a comment in the comment box if you watched the movie The Secret. I remember when that movie actually changed my life. It made me realize how powerful manifestation is. So if you haven't watched The Secret, go ahead and watch it. And I think they're coming out with a sequel or another version shortly. So, but anyhow, in that movie or the book, either one, there's a part of it that says, be in gratitude. And I had to think to myself, okay, well, I am thankful for this, and I am thankful for this, and I'm thankful to have this and my health and all this. But it's not just mentally saying what you're thankful for. It's actually being in the state of gratitude. So when I talk about gratitude and appreciation, it's not just rambling off things that you're thankful for. It's actually putting yourself in a state of gratitude or appreciation. So finding something that you are truly in your heart thankful for. You know, think something right now that you are so thankful for that when you think about it, you just take a breath and you just realize all is good. You know, maybe it's your health, maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's the roof over your head or the food that nourishes your body. Maybe it's the fact that you can see and listen to this video, that you have your 5 senses or all of your fingers or whatever it is for you. Find ways that put you in a state of instant gratitude where you actually feel it. Like you can feel it in your heart. You can feel your heart expand and you can see it open up when you think about this. So your 3 tips are look for the good, move your body, and be in a state of gratitude. And I really am so grateful because I've been able to be helping lots of people change their lives over the years. And I have a very special guest with me today, this afternoon, wherever we're at. I have had the privilege to be working with her. I'm going to say 2 years, and maybe she'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're close to 2 years that we've been working together. And she's had a lot of challenges in her life and a lot of things to overcome. And I know from working with her over the last 2 years that she has learned to create a feeling, a state of feeling wonderful, appreciation, and gratitude. And when she first came with me, the version of herself that showed up was Uncertain Sally, and I'll let her share what that part of her was. But I'd love to introduce you to Miss Noreen Stafford. There she is. Welcome. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. I know that putting yourself out in view for people to hear your story is empowering and scary at the same time. I know that for myself. So I appreciate you doing this and so that you can help other people get over some of their fears. So has it been 2 years?
It's been probably, I think it's been like closer to 2.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, right. I know. Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so I'm a year off. Okay. So I think we started in December 1 year.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I know that I shared just when you came on that when you showed up and started working with me, we gave that version of you a nickname called Uncertain Sally. You want to tell us about her?
Uncertain Sally had no idea what she wanted her life to be. No idea what she wanted to do with her life. It was the first time really I had to take care of myself. I didn't have anyone else to worry about. I didn't have to worry about my daughter, my husband, no one else, just me. And I couldn't wrap my head around what I needed to do for me. I didn't know. I was uncertain. I couldn't
Mhm.
figure it. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, and you were actually scared to take risks, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yes, exactly. Yes, nothing. I had to have a set. I had to have everything set, and I had to do it the same way all the time, and no variations. I couldn't. It was too much.
So if something did go off out of your set plan, what would happen?
It would just completely send me into a tailspin. I would be an emotional wreck. Um, I couldn't ground myself. I couldn't bring myself back to where, I was in a state of calm.
Right. And what made you at the time 2 years ago, if you can even recall that version of you? I know when you do growth work like this, that it's somewhat challenging to recall where you were because
Mhm.
you've come so far. So my question is, if you can recall, what made you, I want to say initially invest, and then I know recently this past year, you invested in a program that I had. What made you take that risk? Because I know that risk taking was so far out of your element.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Um,
yeah.
well, it started with Reiki. I You were giving Reiki sessions at Fanatics. That's where I took my first session with you. And then I signed up and I took some private lessons with you. It was at a time in my life where there was a major changes, major things going on. I mean, um, I know I know some of the people in the group. My husband passed away, and I was in a complete state of flux. And you helped me so much with the Reiki to get my head back,
Mm,
to keep me calm, to be able to start voicing. I could never voice my feelings. I could never, get everything out. And then you had a 1-day seminar that I took last year. I think that was last November was the
yep.
seminar, the
Yep.
1-day seminar. And I liked what you were saying, and that you could help me. I was at the time in my life where I was ready for change. I was ready. I was open to exploring myself and learning, how to blossom. I guess that's all I can say is how to blossom.
That's awesome. And, I think what's so important that what you said was that you had a pattern in your life, and this relates to manifestation, because if you can't think outside of what your pattern is, how can you even begin to think that you can have this over here if you're so focused on this, right? So staying locked in your pattern of what had to happen every day in the order that it had to happen, and in that same rhythm of life, and then with the fear of taking any risk. And then I always say calculated risk is pretty is a way to work, right? Like take calculated risk.
Mhm.
And so you investing in yourself and able to shift not only energetic blocks, but and emotional beliefs, and then also learning how to control your energetic state.
Mhm.
How has some of these tools or that you've learned shifted I guess your everyday life?
Um, I've I think that I've become so much more happier with myself, and consequently that has evolved into being emotionally calm, um, and in enjoying where I am, enjoying even if there's a challenge. It's okay, accepting that that's part of life, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember one thing that you said, and when we were working together, Ensign and Sally showed up when there was a snowstorm,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
And you were like, so here's the thing: life is a journey, and we talked about this. We're still a human being. It's not that everything is perfect in our life all the time. It's that we have tools and resources to create that state of feeling wonderful. We're able to shift back when things are take us off guard. So I know that one day you woke up last winter and there was like a snow dusting on the ground and you were like, Uncertain Sally showed up. So can you tell us just that little bit, like how quickly you were able to shift out of like that that part of you?
Sure. I mean, had to get up and get ready for work, and I'm like, oh no, snow. But then I just walked outside, and I just decided that, you know what, I'm going to take in the beauty. And it was actually a beautiful snowfall. There was, the trees were covered, and yeah, it was a little slippery. But it was okay. It was just so nice to see the beauty in it rather than the challenge in it, rather than, oh, I have to do this. It was really nice. And it was nice to have the tools to be able to change that, to turn it around and say, okay, this is life. And okay, let's go with it. Let's just go with the flow.
Right, right.
Uncertain Sally never did that.
No, no. And what you just said there was so key, is that you actually decided to see the good in it instead of saying, oh my God, the road's going to be slippery. Am I going to make it to work okay? Am I going to have to shovel? Am I going to, like, do I need to get my hat and my gloves and my scarf and shovel the driveways and all that? Instead of going down that path of like all the work of life, you said, you know what? I'm going to decide to see the beauty. And you stop and took a pause and you decided to look at, the snowfall on the trees and the ground and all of that. And I think that's a metaphor of life. If people could just take that as a metaphor of life, seeing the beauty in the challenges of life. My mission is to help women turn their struggles into miracles. God knows we all have struggles. And I'm talking struggles of the today and struggles from childhood and struggles that you don't even know exist that are in the subconscious, right? You got to break through those struggles so that we can easily flip the switch. So what has been for you, two questions I want to ask. What has been the number one tool that you use that helps you stay in a state of feeling wonderful?
Actually, it's two.
Okay.
My affirmations, absolutely. And every day I find three things to be grateful for.
Very cool.
Every day.
Awesome. Awesome. So as I said yesterday, it is so important for people to be part of a community that is uplifting, that's inspiring, and that keeps you moving in the direction that you want to go. Now, you've been with me privately, and you're also part of a community that I have on a monthly basis. How has that helped you? You've done private sessions, you did a class with me, and now you do, you're part of my community that I have. How has that helped you?
It 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 keeps me connected. Things, life happens. There's so much going on. There's so much outside noise, and it helps. And coming together once a month helps ground me, helps center me, helps bring me back. And to know that a lot of the nonsense out there is just nonsense. That it's okay. It's okay.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think that's so important, is to find a community that's where you're at or where you want to go and model them. I will tell you that Noreen and Donna both have had some great changes in their life. Noreen has, just to see her face light up as it is a blessing to me. And I challenge you, if you get a chance to talk to her via messaging or text, or if you're in the Pro Manifestor group, put a comment out in the WhatsApp and ask her, like, what does she do that keeps her in a state of feeling wonderful? Find the tricks, right? It's not like it's magic. All of a sudden we feel wonderful. No, it's a practice that we have. So one of the last questions I want to ask you is, how has changing all of you, I'm going to say not all of your beliefs, because obviously you want to keep some of those. How has shifting from disempowering beliefs to empowering beliefs and get rid of the fear so Noreen can show up and not Uncertain Sally, how has that helped you with this challenge?
It's helped me because I know that I can do this. I know that it's just there for the taking. It's whatever I want in life, I can have. And you've empowered me.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Noreen did a class with one of my colleagues called, her name's Lois Kramer Perez. You guys will get to meet her in these 30 days. I promise you that. She's absolutely fantastic. There's one other person. Oh, I lost you, Noreen. That I want to, that's okay. One other person I want to give a shout out to, because she's amazing as well, is Carrie Gill from Fun Addicts Fitness. They are local to New Jersey, however, do virtual classes now. She's absolutely amazing, has a heart of gold, empowers her students, I don't know if that's the right word, empower her clients, her gym through exercise and eating well. So go ahead and check Fun Addict Fitness out. She's amazing as well. So Noreen, I want to thank you for coming on today and being part of this challenge and being able to share your story to inspire others to keep going. Even when blocks come up, keep going, choose to feel wonderful, choose to change your state. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tonight on the Pro Manifestor group.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'll talk to you tonight.
Sounds good. So that being said, just to wrap up today, the 3 tips are see the good in it, decide to see the good, just like Noreen decided to see the good in the snowstorm, move your body, get some endorphins releasing, and be in a state of gratitude will help you create that state of feeling wonderful. And when you're in a wonderful vibration, you attract wonderful things into your life. Go out and trust yourself, trust this process, stay committed. I will tell you, when you stay committed, I keep saying this, things unfold. I promise you, even if you can't see it yet, all the things are starting to sprout to the surface, right? It's building its roots. You're building your roots to come sprout, but we can't see the roots, right? So we have to trust. We have to trust the process. We have to trust that it's working, because you know what? We can give up and the sprouts were right there ready to burst through, and yet you gave up. So don't give up. Stay committed. I love each and every one of you. I can't wait to hear what your takeaways are. So make sure you share in the comments below what your takeaway is from today's little training. We will see you tomorrow morning, I believe. We are back here for day 7 tomorrow morning, I think at 10 or 10:30. I have to check the schedule. But other than that, and if you're a pro manifester, and if you're not a pro manifester and you want to be, please leave a message in the comment. Today is our first call, so you can still join that. There is a fee. You can upgrade to it, but would love to have you. Other than that, have a fabulous, awesome, amazing day. And remember, Friday, we'll be giving out some prizes. The community that I was talking about, that's going to be one of our giveaways this week. So stay committed to yourself and stay connected by sharing and participating. Have a fabulous, wonderful Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow.